What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Myers Guitars YouTube. I got a little surprise here. A buddy of mine let me borrow this, so thank you, Brandon, for letting me check out this sweet MTD Kingston Super 5 with the American upgraded pickups and electronics. Has the Bartolini 2 dual MM style pickups with 3-band active electronics and a passive tone knob. The passive tone knob's always on, active up, passive down on the volume knob here, blend knob there. This is your mid-range. When you pull it up, I think it goes to a 800 hertz. Could be backwards on this. This may be up, it's 400. Down is 800, I think is what it is. I prefer it down. Then you got stack, bass on the bottom, treble on top. Then that's your passive tone knob right here. Here's your coil selectors here for when they're in the up position is series, middle is single coil for each pickup, and then down is parallel for each pickup. So the rear one's for the rear pickup, front one's for the front pickup, as you might imagine. Can't speak. Blend knob here. I think I already said volume knob there, and active passive, pick it up. It's got the chrome hardware, or black chrome hardware, I should say. And tuners as well. It's got the satin black finish, and this thing is nice, sleek. Got a control cavity. It's got a battery compartment versus a battery door. So it's got screws. Eventually changing them, I'm afraid I might strip them out, but it is what it is. It's very nice. Everything's done, I mean, perfect on this thing. Killer neck attachments here. I love the way they did it with these screws and washers. It's real sleek, flush, and the access on this thing is perfect for upper access to all 24 frets with no issues. With this neck joint attachment, the way they have it designed. Let's see. I don't know if you can see it. Yeah. But it's got a scarf headstock joint, which is just like the American models. Has a Laurel fingerboard with a 0 fret. Has the buzz feet and tuning system in it, which I'm not 100% sure of, and I have not researched it to know. I think really the buzz feet tuning system, which, correct me if I'm wrong, is just a type of way you tune it with a tuner. I don't think it's the actual bass. I think it's strictly the tuner and the setting you tune it at, but correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. Another sweet thing, I don't know if any of y'all have ever got the chance to pick up any MTDs, and they may all be this way, on these Kingstons anyway. I know the Kingston Super 5 of course is, but the roundovers is the entire sides, all the way around. There is no flat edges like you have on traditional Fender style basses or even other basses with 3/4 roundovers. This one's a continuous roundover all the way around, and man, it is sweet and it's comfortable and just makes it have like this, I don't know, like an extra little craftsmanship touch to it. It's hard to explain, but it's really nice, super slick. I love how narrow the horns are, but they're still substantial enough where you don't feel like it's fragile. And that neck, this neck is to die for, let me tell you. I'm a 4-string player, not a 5, but this thing almost plays itself. It's got the lowest action I think I've ever had on an instrument, and no fret buzz. It rattles, of course, if you dig in on it, it'll rattle off the frets, but it's not buzzing off the frets when you're in, different positions within the neck. You're not getting any uneven frets. It is dialed in perfectly. And the way it has the symmetrical neck profile. And the best way I can describe this to anybody is on the bass side, where the bass string would be here. This side has a quicker transition rollover right there, so it rolls faster, so it's a little bit thicker because it goes, the back of the neck goes closer to the edge here before it rolls over, versus the treble side. It's more like a almost traditional or more like an Ibanez style, where it starts its transition a lot sooner off the center line of the neck, so to speak, and it starts tapering to the edge there before it rolls over to the fingerboard. This more or less goes and just almost like a just traditional D shape here, and then this one's almost like a modern C, if that makes sense to you. But it's a really nice bass. This thing plays so good. It really does. I was super impressed with it. Now, with that being said, I will go ahead and tell you, if I was to purchase this bass, I think I would go stock, as I know these are upgraded pickups and electronics, and I love Bartolini, but for some reason this bass, I don't know, something about it, I'm just not connecting with it in terms of the pickups and electronics, and that's what it is. Everything else, flawless, plays great, everything, and the sound's great. Like, the sounds really are good. It's just not for me, I guess. All I can say. They are good. They sound great. My favorite settings, crazy enough, with having two big humbuckers, are a single coil mode for both pickups. So when it's together, single coil mode, it's just like a traditional jazz bass, and it sounds like a modern jazz, kind of heavy low end, brighter top end, pretty scooped. Even when you're not scooping the mids, it's still got a very heavy bottom end and pretty high attack on the top end. So I like keeping the actual mids pretty much just dead center the whole time, no matter what setting I'm in. And it seems like it has a good balance. And then my other favorite setting is keeping it in single coil, but just rolling it to the front pickup. And it almost has a, I don't know if it's a P bass, it's kind of like a P bass tone, but very modern, is all I can say. I think that's partly due to the setup. With the low string action, you get a lot of fret noise content coming through, so therefore you're adding a lot to it, so it doesn't sound like some old school P bass by no means. But it sounds really good though. Those are my two favorite settings, even though I got all, it's got all these pickups, 4 pickups in this thing. If you're talking about individual coils. So yeah, it's got basically, 2 coils in each one, but my favorite setting is either the front, just the front by itself, or it's the front and the rear bank of coils makes up the blended single coil for jazz bass setting. Those are my 2 favorites. You can get a Music Man tone, kinda there, a little bit different though, because the rear pickup is closer to the bridge than a traditional Music Man, and the neck pickup may be a touch north towards the neck than a traditional Music Man, so you won't ever get it exactly, but I'll try to do some sound samples and get it as close as I can. Anyway, enough talking. I'm gonna do a couple of sound samples. We'll do a little playthrough on a couple of tunes you might recognize. I do that just to, if I feel like the setting on the pickups lends it to that way it makes it a little more recognizable. Let you know, hey, it can nail this tone or that tone or get kind of close to it. So I kind of like doing things that you might recognize. Then I may do something where I'm just noodling around. Anyway, hope you enjoy it. Okay, got everything set flat, no compression, no effects, so it's just the bass running into it, and I'm using, I don't know if you can see it on here, I'm using whatever amp that is in the GarageBand, which is my favorite one out of the GarageBand. Actually, I love the bass tones that you get out of the GarageBand. But this is my favorite. It's kind of more modern sounding, has a very good high end. It does better for slap, stuff like that, in my opinion. Let's see here, so we've got everything up. And let's see. Okay, a little recording here. See what we come up with. Turn off the metronome, because we're just gonna doodle around for a second. Thunderous. And again, this is everything set flat in parallel mode. Both pick up some. Okay, so I'll stick with that setting on the amp there, and we'll leave everything staying flat. Let's go to jazz bass mode. So switch both pickups to single coil. Let's see, I want to say it's kind of like my favorite setting right here with the jazz bass mode is leaving the EQ set flat, but rolling the tone knob about, I think it's about 50% back. Sounds a little more traditional, I guess you would say. So low I cannot thumb it. I need to pull it back up. Double thumb thing. Okay, so you might recognize that, of course. Let's see, and then we'll go to series mode. Let's turn the tone knob back up. We'll go to series mode, still both pickups on. When both of these are on the series, it's total thunder and kind of muddy really, because you got so much mid-range, low mids coming through. That sounds bad, but it's just not my thing. Too overpowering. I don't feel like it cuts through. I feel like it just dominates the mix versus cutting through. I think it muddy up the mix really in this setting. We'll leave it here. Let's just leave everything flat and then roll it to the net pickup. P bass tone or something. Just really, really strong, but soloing it definitely calms down that muddiness a little bit, in my opinion. That sounds really good, actually. And then let's solo the bridge pickup, still in series mode. That's almost like a jazz bass on steroids there. Really good though. Fingerstyle. I'm a big fan of series MM style pickups. It sounds like with a pick. I like these green Dunlops here. Whatever they are, Tortex, I think it is. Since we got the pick, let's go back to the neck pickup. I'll crank the tone knob back up. Everything else still flat. Let's see. You get a little bit of a little P bass tone. Let's see, we'll roll the tone knob off just a little bit. Now it gets a little too muddy, in my opinion, for that tone right there. Let's see, we'll bring in some highs just a little bit. Let's see what happens. Even though we got the tone knob rolled down, bringing in the high still helps just a little bit. Mode, but it's in the mix. It could pass for a nice aggressive rock P bass tone. Let's see, we'll dial back the bass just a touch. Strap actually does helps me a lot because I'm not a good 5-string player. I don't play those normally, so I get a lot of that ringing going on. Notes still just ringing even though I'm not touching the string, so it seems to help. But anyway, let's see. Yeah, let's do. I'm gonna go back to single coil. You get a little bit of hum here doing this, but it's not too terribly bad. Let's see what this sounds like. I'll stick with that same riff. Pretty good little P bass tone. Let's bring the bass back in, and minimize it back down to the center. So everything, yep, set flat except for the tone knob still pulled down just a little bit. So this setting, it can pass for a P bass in my opinion, especially live. Let's see. Here, let's see if y'all dig this. The fret action so low, it still won't come out exactly the way I want it, but you'll understand it. Sounds pretty good. Let's see. And what can we do here? Alright, we're in neck pickup mode, so let's go to parallel on this thing. Let's roll everything back to flat. Let's see what kind of tones we get here. Okay. That was a tone, that was a song recorded on a Stingray originally, I do believe. And that fits I played against that track the other day and it sounded really good with it. Let's go to passive mode. That's it right there. Yep. So passive mode, parallel and net pickup only. Yep. And it nails. In my opinion. Let's roll it. Let's see. Hang on. Let's go back to that one riff. That sounds so good. Let's see, we'll roll it back. Let's roll the tone knob all the way back, being passive. We'll give it yeah, that sounds pretty good. I think I do like that track in active mode a little better. Bass just a little bit. Very versatile. I guess the more I play with it, the more I do like it. Yeah, let's see. That's really getting close to. Let's see if we can dial in a Stingray tone. A Stingray tone. Let's see what's going to nail it the best. Let's go to parallel. We'll try bridge pickup. I know it's pretty close, but we'll try that. And Leave treble centered. Bumping the bass. Just barely cutting the mids. Bringing in the... that still sounds a little too thin. I can't go passive mode. Let's go to the neck pickup and see what it does. Trying to get to that Music Man tone. Still not quite there. Let's see. So that sounds pretty good. Sweet bass. Like I said, I don't know if I would opt for the, I don't know how much they said it was, like maybe $300 to $600 for the pickups and electronic upgrade. I mean, it's cool to know you're playing a bass that's been touched by somebody at the Michael Tobias factory in New York versus just the imports that come straight over. Because I don't think they separate each one of their basses. I think just the ones that get the customizing going on. It's such a sweet bass though. I love the look of this thing, and it plays so good. No fret sprouts. As you heard, there was not a bunch of fret buzz or anything like that, and this action is low, and string spacing at the nuts. Too tight. I mean, this is just about a standard 4-string spacing. It's 19 millimeter, which some of them are 19 today, and some of them are 20. But so it's pretty much standard 4-string spacing at the bridge. anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed the review here. I gotta return this bass on Monday. Today is today's Friday, but I gotta get this back to them on Monday. And so it's been a joy to play for sure. I would love to have one of these in my stable, and probably a 4-string, to be honest with you. Nothing wrong with a 5-string. I just don't play any tunes that require the B string. Probably need to do that, but I don't have any 5-strings yet, so I am in the process of building my first, or not my first 5-string, but building me a 5-string. More on that in another episode. So, using man and tone, close as I can get his neck pickup. That's such a great bass. Definitely go try it out. You'll be happy you did, for sure. Alright, well, everybody like, subscribe, do all that great stuff, share, whatever it takes. Let's get this channel rolling. I got some other basses. Actually, my buddy who let me borrow this one, I did some work on 2 other basses. So depending on how I roll these videos out, this one will probably come out before those, even though I've already recorded the other 2. It's a Cort GB Series 5-string with a jazz bass in the neck, Music Man in the bridge. Changed those pickups out. He gave me, I put in a Bartolini in the neck and a Nordstrand in the bridge. That thing sounds fantastic. And then he had an old OLP 4-string Stingray style bass. Put a Bartolini in it, and let me tell you, that bass right there is to die for. Has a Mojo Tone 2-band boost only, old school Stingray preamps in it, and that Bartolini pickup with a coil tap, just like on this one, with a parallel single series. Dude, the tones on that thing are insane, and that bass plays like butter. This thing right here, it's definitely a winner. You can't go wrong with this or the stock model. Even though I never played the stock one, just from all the videos I've heard, it sounds fantastic, and this one sounds really good. In a mix, I'm sure this one will be just fine. I know it'd be a great recording bass for sure. But anyway, till next episode, see y'all later.